Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Antonella Rivera. I work with the Coral Reef Alliance as principal investigator in the Mesoamerican Reef region. Today, I want to talk to you about, can Caribbean reef fisheries transition to co-management? Many Caribbean reef fisheries are underassessed or overexploited, and this is often attributed to the fact that despite these fisheries being extremely diverse, they are conventionally managed through a government centralized top-down approach. Additionally, institutional structures in the area tend to be weak and lack financial support, which leads to reduced capabilities for surveillance and monitoring. One common solution to this problem is the implementation of community based management approaches such as co management. Co management is commonly defined as the sharing of rights and responsibilities between the government and the fishers. The problem is that in many Caribbean reef fisheries, the transition to co management has been unsuccessful. Researchers have concluded that local communities are not ready for this type of management agreements. Nonetheless, there are areas where this transition has been successful, such as the Tela Bay in the north coast of Honduras. The Tela Bay boasts an average live coral cover of 45%, way above the 18% average of the region. However, when researchers discovered this reef, they were surprised that there were no fish. This scarcity in fish did not go unnoticed by the local communities. In fact, they approached the decision makers in order to come up with a solution together. In this video, you will see a Tela Bay fisher describing what areas he wants to protect and why.
Estas áreas de aquí hasta aquí a la punta de Isopo es la que nosotros quisiéramos que fuese restaurada y que no hubiese pesca por unos cuantos tiempos.
And these types of initiatives were the ones that led to the first ever reef fisheries co-management system in the country. We analyzed this 5-year process through open ended interviews, community dialogues, and closed ended questionnaires to understand what challenges and opportunities Caribbean reef fisheries face when transitioning to co management. Unsurprisingly, we found that the Tela Bay communities face similar challenges in their transition as other reef fisheries in the region. These were weak institutions, financial constraints, low group cohesion due to the high heterogeneity and diversity among stakeholders, and the lack of formal legal agreements to legitimize the co management agreements. Fortunately, they were able to overcome these challenges thanks to two key aspects. The first was the presence of bridging organizations. In the case of Tela, these were the Tela Environmental Committee and the Tela Fishers Union. These associations were key in enabling the communication between the local stakeholders and the national decision makers. They also helped foster collaboration, strengthen local institutions, and bring in funding for enforcement and monitoring. And the second aspect is social capital, as reflected through community participation, cooperation, trust, and conflict resolution mechanisms. In fact, 84% of fishers believe they have a say in the management of the resource, and 78% believe that there are good conflict resolution mechanisms in place in the area. In conclusion, the Tela Bay has taught us two very important lessons. The first one is that we need to bring everyone to the table. It may take longer, but the results will be long lasting. And the second is that we need to go beyond viewing co management as strictly power sharing, especially in the early implementation of co management in Caribbean reef fisheries. It should be viewed as institution building and governance. Thank you for your attention. Let me know if you have any questions.